Hey guys, this is Danny.
And of course, this is Dev, and you are obviously watching Danny Dev TV. The topic for this video is direct message or DM etiquette. How to slide in that DM without offending people, and how you would prefer somebody to slide into your DM, I guess. You want to lead off with that, or? No, you don't like to. Okay, I'll lead off with it. Direct message etiquette. For me, I'll just be 100% honest. See, I look at hopping in a DM as an opportunity for a lot of different things. People use it to like get numbers, talk to people, ask people
Right,
out.
because let's we're not just talking about that. We're not just talking about
Right.
People trying to get with people.
Yeah,
we're talking about business, all that
business,
type of stuff.
everything.
That's the majority. Like, just get flooded. Well, like,
Yeah.
I guess scam. I mean,
Scams too.
Yeah.
Scams and spam.
Yeah. Somebody selling something.
Right.
It's just like, like, let's talk about the people that be like, hey, what's going on? And then you just start having a conversation
Right.
or whatever. You think maybe they trying to link up, network or whatever. And they say, oh, no, I want to sell you these teas.
Right.
Or, like.
So, what advice would you have for somebody who is trying to sell products?
Right.
And
Just
how
be
would you wanna
straight. Just be straightforward. Because kind of like, it's very deceiving.
Yeah. So
Because that's just a pyramid scheme anyway, so that you're doing anyway, that you're a part of. So it's like you might as well just be more direct. I think because you piss off more people by not.
Exactly. I think that's where it goes. I think that if you are upfront about it in just the beginning,
Yeah.
I think you can probably gain more rapport with the potential client or customer versus being like, oh, hey, how's your day going so far? Blah blah da da da.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, okay, hey, what's going on? Blah blah blah. And then you're like, I was just wondering if you were interested in. It's like, hold on now, they had a whole like at least 6 or 7 messages back and forth prior to even selling or
Exactly.
dropping that message about selling something. I think to be honest, because as a business owner myself, direct interactions up front is the only way. There's going to be people who are going to be interested and people who are not going to be interested. And I think you should just be straightforward, like you said.
And then you have people that had saying like horror stories about people sliding their DMs and just saying just crazy stuff, I guess, to get people attention. And apparently people don't like that too much.
What you mean?
I mean, you've heard people say, oh, such and such or this guy or whatever said, show whatever, did anything just to get someone's attention.
Oh yeah. Now, well, I mean, and I think with those people, just run. I mean, just leave those people alone altogether. If you just, I mean,
or people have they have a problem with someone saying WYD, just saying that. And they,
see, now I don't.
I'm saying just saying that for the first interaction.
I mean, okay, so people who don't know what WYD means, it just means what you're doing. I would say that I think it's fair to say that that's probably not the best leading opening statement that you don't know to say what you're doing.
I don't think it's a problem saying that, asking that, but then that's
after the fact.
But that's a whole nother. That's not even talking about DMs at that point.
Right.
We're not talking about that. We're just talking about regular interactions.
Yeah.
Which people have a problem with people saying WYD or what are you doing?
I don't have a problem with that personally.
Some people say I don't want nobody to say that at all, and it's just kind of like crazy. So what should you say if you asking what
So what if I just spelled it out? What are you doing? Is that acceptable at that point?
Yeah.
So don't use acronyms. I mean, I guess I don't know.
That's getting off subject, but
but in general,
Yeah.
so we'll get towards the main part of sliding into somebody's DM and etiquette with that. I'll say this, so just disclaimer: if you haven't watched any videos or you haven't followed any of our social media, obviously Danny and I are polyamorous. We date together. So we both separately receive direct messages from people who are potentially interested in us, or we both separately and together direct message people. And I would say that because that's what most people talk about sliding in DM, they're referencing relationships or trying to talk to people and so on and so on. If somebody was to slide into your DM, how would you prefer them to slide into your DM?
I guess respectfully. I'm
saying like what's like if you had a perfect opening statement, what would that be?
I don't have a perfect opening statement. It really not a perfect. Just come with common sense.
And what does that look like?
I mean,
So somebody was like, so if somebody slid into yours and just said, hey, how you doing? And is that sufficient to start the conversation? Hey, how you doing?
I mean, that's fine. I guess it depends. I mean, like let's be real. A lot of things depends on a lot of things. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, somebody, like, obviously you've never seen this person before. Then it's kind of like, okay, what you do, you go and see who it is and blah, blah, blah. You check it out. And then you probably will. It just depends on, hey, how they look, whatever the case may be.
Of course.
No, I mean, because let's be,
but
we can say all day long.
Oh, looks don't matter, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, that's bullshit. But yeah.
And then maybe you would go from there.
Okay, so do you, so you're saying that you don't necessarily have to have prior interaction with the person as long as you're interested in them after you check them out.
Right.
So now does
because the prior interaction, what does prior interaction mean? Because we exchanged a couple of words on a post. That don't really tell me anything.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's fair. I mean, you have a lot of people who say, well, I should have some kind of interaction with you, or I've been seeing you, or like a couple of my photos first before you so I can know the direct message is coming and shit like that. Actually, we seen, what was that we was watching? It was a HBO special, and hopefully this. I mean,
it's called Swiped.
Swiped, yes. So, and then some guy, he was giving advice on how to get into the direct message or some shit, or the proper way.
Well, you have people actually.
There's like an art to it.
Yeah.
There's like an art to it, and I think most of it comes. I mean, so I guess I can see the interaction as for me personally. I don't care.
But you was asking for me. You was asking personally. Like, I don't really subscribe to that.
Yeah, I don't
either. It doesn't really matter. I mean,
because how much do you know from a person liking 4 of your pictures in a row?
You just know they like you. I mean, you maybe know that you like them. I mean, they like you or not. I mean, that's about it. I mean, so
now, do you think you have yourself personally a specific strategy to how you go about direct messaging somebody, or does it just depend on the person you're trying to direct message?
I guess it would just depend
on the person itself. I think that's fair. I think that's the same with me. I think it depends on the person itself about how you go about it. I think there are some people where if you are trying to see like what they're talking about, like maybe if you're genuinely interested, maybe you will have some interactions with them. And then,
but I mean, my thing is this: like, if it's an opportunity to have interaction with them, that's fine. But some people never.
Yeah, that's true.
If there's no, then what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, do what everybody else do. They just jump in.
Right. I mean, everybody isn't active, so what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
To be able to, like, I guess, converse over, like, a
post or a group or something like that. Yeah, I agree. Do you think that there is because most of the time when we say DM, I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, we're mostly talking about messaging inside of some kind of an application, usually on social media. Do you think that there's a difference between direct messaging or hopping in somebody's DM on various social sites? Meaning, like, do you think there's a difference between hopping in a DM on Instagram versus Facebook, or do you think they're basically the same?
Instagram is more so, I guess, that's where you get, like, say people about, like, liking pictures and stuff like that. So I would think that that's kind of more of, like, where that may come into play.
It's like less formal, or maybe, or.
But what I'm saying is that when people say, "Oh, like a photo, I like your photo," with all that type of stuff, that may be coming more into play with Instagram more so than anything. That's
true. I think that it's probably a slight difference depending on the platform.
Because Instagram, how is she really going to get someone? I mean, now, because that may be just out of nowhere, so you may want to, I guess, try to like a few to get someone's attention. Like,
hey, I like 4 of your pictures in a row.
Yeah, but I think I guess, Facebook, I don't think that's the same thing.
Yeah, I think Facebook, you have an opportunity to kind of interact if you choose to, or if you have the opportunity to, like on a general post, or if you're out in a group or something, or a fan page or something like that, where you may have an opportunity to interact with a person, or at least be able to look them up a little bit more. I think Instagram, to be honest, I think Instagram is a little bit more, you don't want to say superficial, but basically, yeah, because it's based upon.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know your stance. I don't know anything on Instagram. It's just pictures.
Right. So it's kind of like, I mean, that's all I really have to go off
pictures
of.
So and memes, so that's about it.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the only way you really can. Actually, to be honest, maybe it's probably. And I think that's where like the term, I don't know if it came from that, but like the some of the more popular songs or references, I think mostly reference Instagram. because I think that that's where you probably
But,
freely
yeah.
see more people jumping in DMs
No,
more often.
I think they probably neck and neck, which is why you see a lot of shows being like, well, they're on Facebook, you know what I'm saying?
Now that, see, touche, I give you that because it's a lot of people now using Facebook as basically a dating site. I mean, it has all become to be
I'm not saying. I mean, I don't think I mean, it's not a dating site. I mean, it's not. No, what I'm saying is that it hasn't become a dating site. What happens when you have a gang of people that come together? I mean, even if it's over the internet, there's no difference than a gang of people coming together and y'all all at a party or this big old gathering or something like that. What do you think happens?
Okay, so I was thinking it'd be fair to say maybe it's not becoming a dating site, but
it's already there.
Dating,
the potential for that was already there.
Yeah, the potential, but we've moved past potential. We've turned into full blown.
But I think that's always been there. I think that it's just now more of a joke and people actually talk about it because it was taboo to even talk to people over the internet.
So you think it's being verbalized and socialized?
There. Yeah, it was there when all that type of stuff. It was always there. So it was just more so like people are more open about it than anything.
That's fair. I guess for me, it's kind of like, I mean, I guess it kind of ties into like where dating is going now in general, which is what that documentary Swipe was about on HBO. Not like I'm plugging HBO, but that's where it is if you wanted to check it out. It's called Swiped. Like in 2018, we're moving into I guess an era where, and I think the stats, I don't know, I think it was actually slightly higher.
It's more so like you would be a time where people or your parents or whatever, there was met a person or whatever in the 80s or whenever they met,
70s,
and that's just who they was with. Now you have a disposal of people that you would never come in contact with. You would never meet.
Yeah. Or you have never had an opportunity to meet. And now you do, and it's kind of like, well,
different type of energies and all that type of stuff. So that's where I think that a lot of different types of things are coming into play now, because kind of like, well, if I have this person, these are just people that you never would have came in contact with.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying that's an excuse for people to do the things they do, or to if you're in a relationship you shouldn't be.
Hopping in nobody's DM and all that type of shit. Yeah.
If that's not
if that's not your relationship status or lifestyle, then definitely not. I just think that the era that we're moving into now, that we have 40% or slightly over 40% of all new relationships start online. So whether that's Facebook, Instagram,
and it may be higher because everybody. I
personally believe it is higher.
Just don't say it.
Yeah, I personally believe it is higher.
So
I think it's at the very least 50-50.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, what I believe it personally is more like 60-40, that more relationships start online than they do in real. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just simply saying where the data is.
I personally don't find anything wrong with it.
No.
Ing of people like, well, if you meet them online, it could be great. When you meet them,
it's like,
you meet somebody
bitch,
at the club,
it's like,
if you meet somebody at the club and only thing you did was y'all took down each other's number.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Then you meet up and you meet by yourself. Something still can happen.
Right, easily. Or
vice versa. She could rob you, he could rob, or he could rob you. I mean, it's the same. It still can happen.
Or we have this delusion that if you meet them in these places that are considered to be safe, they're supposed to be different. Like, I met him in church. It's kind of like, no, you got the pastor. You got the pastor sleeping with people in the church and shit like that.
But we don't want to, what I'm saying? Like,
I don't care about that. No, it's not disparaging Christians. It's not talking about that.
No, I wasn't even getting into that. I wasn't getting into disparaging Christians. I was just saying stay on subject.
But it is staying on subject. It's simply saying that it does not matter where you meet these people in real life, whether you say these are safe spaces. You met them at school. People consider that to be a safe space. That doesn't mean shit. That's all I'm simply saying. You meet them at church, the synagogue, the mosque, whatever. That doesn't mean there are bad people all over. So when people try to use this analogy that the internet versus real life, and there's some kind of now I mean, I will say that there are more opportunities for somebody to hide who they are.
Right. Now the only thing that's okay that it does have over them is maybe the person may not look exactly how they look online, stuff like that. But I guess that's where video chatting and stuff like that comes into play. Because here's the thing. There's no need to video chat y'all if you guys, meet up the next 2 days or something.
I mean, yeah, but that's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We talking about these people who
I know that. I get that. What I'm saying is that far as we were also talking about the fact of what is the difference between the two. Now, I'm saying the only difference is if you meet them, they may not look the same. What I'm saying is that with that, you can't counter that with actually video chatting them. Yeah. If you're not going to meet them in the near future.
Well, I mean, near future.
I mean that
if I'm meet you within a week.
That's what I'm saying.
Then
obviously
I need to video chat you. That's just period. I mean,
and then after you do that and they look how they look, then it's kind of like, okay, well now there is no difference really.
Yeah, I'm just saying that people will find all kinds of ways to try to stigmatize online dating versus real life dating, whether it's a person, because I mean, what's the difference between that and somebody set me up with my best friend, but you ain't never met this person before. They set you up on a date and y'all met up, because people do this shit all the time.
Things have happened that shouldn't have happened.
So it's kind of like, I mean, I think that when it comes to dating, that you utilize all the resources that you have and be responsible.
There's just horror stories all around. No matter how you meet the person.
Yeah. So utilize the resources that you have, whether it's a friend, whether it's online, whether it's your workspace or whatever.
It's not smart to, go to someone's house the first time. Right. But that's not smart no matter how you meet the person. Yeah. Probably that's not a smart thing. Yeah. Or maybe you should get your own transportation.
Right.
And don't have them pick you up or drop you off.
Uber. I mean, that you can't really. There's no real excuse now for that type of stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, if you're going on a date, you don't have your own transportation. Uber. Don't let that person pick you up if you especially if you don't feel comfortable with it. Now, if you feel comfortable, y'all been chatting for whatever, and y'all been talking for like 2 or 3 months, and y'all been Skyping and all this other FaceTime and all this type of shit. Y'all built rapport.
People know who they are and all this type of stuff. And
that's completely different. It's just more so like using good judgment.
Common sense.
Yeah. So I mean, and I know sometimes
that's not common with everyone.
Yeah, common sense is definitely not common with most people, to be quite honest. Most times when we do these videos, because we do it off the cuff, it kind of changes mid stride. So obviously the title, and you'll see me say this probably in every video that we probably do.
And also, you may want to get used to us having little spats as we do.
Oh, but that's life. I mean, we're both very opinionated, and this is nothing. We've been together for 10 years, so this is
our first conversation was
debating politics. I mean, like in real life, that was our very first conversation over the phone. Was debating.
They don't even matter. Like, I don't want to even.
Yeah, that's true. That's
true.
But we debating politics on about who's gonna vote for who a long time ago, and to be quite honest, that was probably one of the things that intrigued me the most about you, is that we had that conversation, the content of it, and the fact that one, you held your own.
Because my thing is this: you should be able to, people say you shouldn't talk about things like that. No, I want to talk about things like that.
Why not?
And I'm going to talk about things like that because I need to know where, I don't want to have to censor myself.
Right.
I want to know what your stance, because if your stance is so different, I might not want to rock with you. Right. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, because if it's so, then we may not be able to, gel together.
To be honest,
opposites do not always attract.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between opposite attracting and just shit that is just completely contrary to your character.
I don't want to learn, this is your stance on this and this 3 months from now.
Right. So would you, and this is definitely obviously off topic too, do you think that things like that should, now I'm not saying talk about it on the first, I think we're I think we are unique, but not everybody has to jump into these things immediately, but do you think that it should be things that are passionate about, you should at least bring these things up within the first 30 days of talking to a person?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I think it's a complete utter waste of time to sit here and be talking about whether religion is important to you, whether politics is important to you, whether your beliefs on whatever you're passionate about.
Because it's going to come up eventually, right? And it's kind of somebody gonna have to fold or whatever. And sometimes some things you can't fold on.
Yeah.
So now you didn't waste your time.
Now you 4 months down the road, 6 months into it, and then y'all finally have a conversation, something real, substantive, and it's kind of well, shit. We could have resolved this on.
My thing is and I'm not sure what this has to do with the video.
Oh, it's okay. We'll rename it. It doesn't matter.
But as we always do, but we did talk about the subject title that we originally.
Yes.
So, but it reminded me of something I seen online, and basically it was some post saying, can you guys have different religions?
Oh, yeah.
Be together.
Yeah.
And someone
Actually,
said,
I put out a post like that.
oh, it was actually you.
Yeah.
So I said someone. It
Yeah.
was actually you then.
Yeah.
And someone said that, oh, basically all in some words, oh, you're being, you're immature if you saying that you can't do that.
Mm.
And no, you're not immature.
Right. Yeah.
No, you guys, actually, her religion and his was so similar that it didn't matter. So
Right.
really, what are you saying? And I'm not gonna say which one it is.
Right.
I'm not getting into all that, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like, no, I'm not. You know,
It's
look,
easier for that person to have made
Right.
that statement than
y'all
somebody
guys
who were
have
like
the same.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
It's not much to
Yeah.
work around.
yeah. So
But but most people, no, you can't.
Yeah.
If you're not, like, I'm non-religious, like we are, I mean, that's just what it is, more
Mm-hmm.
spiritual. You know, that's not gonna work.
yeah. I mean, that's why I asked. I mean, do you think that those should be things that you should voice early on? Because I mean, I don't believe. I mean, one thing that's a pet peeve of mine is wasting time. I hate people waste my time. I don't like wasting people's time, or I try to avoid wasting people's time as much as I possibly can, and just let them know of like, hey, this is what it is. So for me, it's kind of like if those are things that are important to me, or I know those are
Like,
things.
I mean, if you're willing to learn and get my point of view of why I'm feeling this way, and hey, maybe you'll change your mind. I don't know. I know I'm not on my end, but
Right.
maybe you'll change your mind on it. You know, then hey.
but I'm not trying to force. I'm not trying to
force it.
Yeah, I'm not trying
but
to force
if
you.
you're trying to, you know, see, well, what's my point of view and
Yeah.
why I'm thinking like this, then
Yeah.
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 But you know.
Oh, I ain't got no problem with teaching you. You know, and, you know, we learn together. But yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not trying to waste my time as far as like bringing this up later though. So, but it is what it is.
But for us, like sliding to DMs, I guess just make sure you are
At least
just come in there with some, I guess,
some
common
sense.
sense.
Like it's like don't. And just I mean this should have probably been said first. No dick pics. I mean, like that is
No dick pics or no, and there's people and on the
Oh
other
yeah,
side.
there's people on the other side.
No
that sending-
ass pics,
yo,
no
ass-
tit pics.
oh.
I mean, like just because, like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's cool, but like not all the time.
I mean, because that's unwanted on.
Yeah. It's
sometimes, too.
like sometimes I just want to talk to you. It's just regular conversation. That's not going to
That's
always
not gonna make someone want you
more just because you send in all those provocative pics. So it's not, and it's not just dudes. So it's just it's to be quite honest, I think it's. I mean, it may be more dudes that do it, but that's like it twisted.
It
There are women
just
that are out there
doesn't.
just as
It don't
vulgar.
make sense.
Yeah. So
I think that it should be a waiting period before you do that.
Yes.
I mean, at least be talking to the person for like 2 weeks.
yeah, before we send
Because
some news.
revenge porn is real.
It is real. I mean, there's some people who have no respect for you, and they will blast your ass.
So it's more so like, it's kind of like protect yourself. Because,
Yeah.
you can not have your face in it, but shit, I still got a whole
I got a whole
thing
conversation
of
with you
with your face.
right,
so
and
what
other
we
stuff.
talking
So,
about?
people can put that together. I mean, you got on the same shirt right here that you just took a
No,
picture
it's the
with.
same color skin.
Right, you know.
I mean, well, no, it's the same. It's in the same thread.
One person.
It's in the same thread.
one person literally the next day
No, it's in
posted the same shirt. Okay, I'm done.
What?
Posted the same shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's off subject. Nothing. Okay, that's it, y'all. We gone. Peace and love. Bye.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm done.